some of you women folk, you get hot, you get bothered, and every now and again you get hot and bothered. But what I want you to do when you get that hot and you need a little relief, I want you to call me. Don't ask no questions. Like Abraham was with God to sacrifice his only son. Didn't he do it? Abraham didn't ask no questions. Thank you, baby. That's what God expects from his sheep here at the Greater Ebenezer New Revival Tree of Life Institutional Double Rock on the side of the road to Jericho Missionary Baptist Church of Zion. I say Mount Calvary. Y'all don't hear me. Preach already. Ain't that the truth? God expects you to do what the Lord wants you to do. Like those of you who realize that the Lord wants you to give generously into his church. Amen. Don't ask no questions. Don't ask how come why come the pastor have to have him a nice house? Why come pastor doesn't have a nice car? Don't ask. I said don't ask. I said don't ask. No questions. Just give the money. No, nigga, get the collection plate right on that side. Nigga, get it around on that side. We're going to now have a beat selection from the choir.
All right. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, who I learned to shoot from. Shalom to all you sincere Akim, pushing the word in truth and in sincerity. And Shalom to the very few Akwaf that are listening to me as well. And, this is a opening clip. I mean, it's like it's not an opening clip. This is a clip from Don't Be a Menace. And it's just basically, mocking these modern day prophets. It's a comedy skit, which, these so-called prophets, of Israel, Negro, Latino, and Native American so-called, pastors, prophets, are nothing more than thieves, man. They're nothing more than opportunists, to come up on the oppression of their own people, to get money, gain wealth here in Esau Edom's kingdom. All right, and Esau Edom, the so-called white man, makes leagues or pacts, or contracts with these so-called leaders. Your Al Sharptons, your TD Snakes. All right, and on down. Esau Edom makes pacts with these so-called leaders to continue to lead you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans astray. To lead you into utter darkness, man. All right, and we'll go ahead and grab Ezekiel 13:1, and it reads, "And the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel that prophesy." All right, so if you're a man of Yahweh Shema Shai, you are commanded to prophesy against the false teachers of Israel. You're supposed to prophesy against them because they aren't leading the nation of Yasharala in the right direction. Yahweh Shema Shai didn't set these guys up. All right, well, I'll take that back. He set these guys up on the left-hand side to lead away the undesirables, man. All right, those that Yahweh Shema Shai doesn't want. The deceived and the deceiver are his, man. Roughly paraphrasing. "And say thou unto them that prophesy out of their own hearts, their own minds." Because that's what these, so-called prophets do, man. All right, and the skit proves that. He's standing up there. He wasn't bringing out any precepts, any scriptures. He was just rambling, man. He was speaking out of his own mind. You know, pass the collection plate around. That's what these so-called leaders, so-called prophets are about. All right, because when you go to TD Snakes, you know, I'm just using him because he's you know, a wide known, you know, false teacher amongst the nation of Yasharala. When you go to his page, do you see any videos of him speaking about, you know, prophecy, man? Or is he going into what's going on? Is he going into you know, Jacob's trouble? Is he going into the mark of the beast? You know, is he going into, you know, Esau Edom coming down with great wrath? No, man. Hear ye the word of the Lord Yahweh. All right. So you false teachers, you better listen up, man. All right, because Yahweh Shalom Shai is speaking to you. All right, via his men. You know, via his spokesman, Ezekiel 13:3, and it reads, "Thus saith the Lord power, woe unto the foolish prophets." All right, because you know these so-called leaders of you know, of the nation of Yasharala, they're very foolish. You know, they aren't giving you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you know, what do you call it? You know, a glimpse into what's about to take place. They're setting you up to be destroyed. That follow their own spirit and have seen nothing. All right, meaning they aren't true prophets, because prophets are what you would call visionaries. They can see into the future. Ezekiel 13:4. O Israel, thy prophets are like the foxes in the deserts. All right, and let's go ahead and get an example of that. And you read the title on this video, and it reads "Fox Chicken Thief." All right, so the scriptures are on point, man. You know, Yahweh Shalom Shai knows his people. He knows his nation. All right, he's comparing your so-called leaders to foxes, and foxes are known to be sneaky. You know, they're known to be conniving, and they're known to be thieves, man. All right, they steal. They take things that aren't theirs. All right, and what do these, you know, so-called leaders, so-called prophets do? All right, they do the same thing. Let's see.
We're gonna now have a beat selection. Play right on that side. Nigga, get it around on that side.
All right, so he's all about the collection plate. You know, this video is inspired through the spirit of Yahweh Shalom Shai, but it was inspired from this clip put up by O'Shea Duke Jackson. I'm not really sure what his channel is really all about, but I you know, came across this video, and it reads, "Here are the top 4 scams that black churches perform to keep you dusty and broke." All right, and it's not only, you know, prevalent to the black churches. This is the so-called Christian church. You know, so-called modern day church. They all are nothing more than banks, man. All right, when you really get down to the nitty gritty, they're nothing more than banks. You know, to steal from you spiritually and physically, man. Ezekiel 13:5, you have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedge for the house of Israel to stand in the battle in the day of the Lord Yahweh, man. All right, so these preachers aren't giving you the true message, the true gospel, man. You know, they aren't warning you. They aren't giving you a hedge, man. And what's that hedge? The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shalom Shai. All right, they aren't giving you that hedge, because Jacob's trouble. We're in Jacob's trouble as we speak. But do you hear, you know, these so-called preachers and pastors warning you that your chief enemy Esau Edom is getting ready to come down upon you. All right, try to starve you out, try to eradicate you. No, man. Lamentations 2:14, and it reads, like prophets have seen a vain and Salakia, like prophets have seen vain and foolish things. All right, and what are some of those vain and foolish things? All right, that America is gonna get back to normal. All you gotta do is take this zombie juice. Take these zombie boosters. And everything will get back to normal. Those are vain and foolish things, and they have not discovered thine iniquity, meaning that you can come as you are, man. That's the catchphrase in Christianism, man. You can come as you are. It's all good with Jeebus, man, to turn away thy captivity. Why? Because if you repent, Yahweh Shalom Shai will take you up out of this madness, man. But I've seen for thee false burdens and causes of banishment. All right, and what's a false burden? Pass the collection plate. Put money, put your 10%, so-called 10% in the collection plate, man. While Pastor drives a Bentley and Grandma Jenkins, all right, is catching the bus to church, man. It's complete madness. All right. This is Jeremiah 23, and we'll start at verse 1, and it reads, Woe means destruction, be unto the pastor that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord Yahweh. All right, so Yahweh Shalom Shai is getting ready to start visiting a lot of these false teachers. All right, don't be surprised if you start seeing a lot of these, big time names, amongst you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans start dropping out. All right, start dropping dead, man. Yahweh Shalom Shai is getting ready to start, searching Jerusalem with candles. Verse 2, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, power of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people, ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, saith the Lord Yahweh. All right, so the Lord is getting ready to start visiting you, you false teachers. All right, he's getting ready to bring evil upon you, man. All right, in this up and coming Jacob's trouble, a lot of these pastors are about to get hit up. These so-called teachers, they're about to get hit up, man. All right, you're gonna have their congregations start to turn on them, which they already are. You have record numbers of so-called Christians leaving Christianism, man, because people are waking up to the fact that their so-called leaders and teachers are fake. All right, and they're just using them, man. Verse 3, and I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries. All right, it's all about the remnant, man. Whether I have driven them, and I will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. All right, this truth is increasing. This truth is spreading like wildfire, man. Verse 4, and I will set up shepherds over them which shall feed them. All right, all the way back to the 1960s and 1970, man. Albert Bivens being set up by Yahweh Shalom Shai, and then, the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that you see now being raised up. Those are your shepherds, man, and the men that have raised up after them. The up and coming elders, the young elders, and the men that are teaching the like-minded doctrine. And they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith the Lord Yahweh. All right? And this is what you're seeing now. Yahweh Shalom Shai set up those shepherds, man, to feed the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That remnant, man. All right? Yahweh Shalom Shai is getting ready to start visiting you false teachers, man. All right? Get ready to be visited by Yahweh Shalom Shai, man, the King of Terrors. All right? And with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the lesson. Lord willing, to be edifying. Till next time, Shalom DTA and a Bible ball.